collaborative process is, like how you're using the time here, like what kind of is the day in, day out of your collaboration?
Well, we began, some of the discussions we had had previous to this were about kind of about pauses and stillness and silence, like kind of the use of stillness and silence in our work, and how we have a kind of analogous approach. And I felt I felt like I worked in a more dramaturgical way or a body-based way, and I was really interested in Cenk's very specific ideas about time and the time intervals. And I want to let you talk about that.
I do this in music without dance, just for the concert stage. I'm very conscious of how much space around each musical phrase there is, and I like to give things time to happen and isolate them from each other. And I feel like your work also does that with movement.
From maybe a little different perspective. I don't know, I was really eager to learn more from Cenk, and I asked if he would create a time structure for the piece overall that would contain both dance and music. And that was kind of the starting point for this project.
Yeah. So Robert Morris, he's a music theorist, and I was reading his book. He talks about, not about space between events or time so much, but about adjacencies, things following each other. And he's thinking, okay, what are the possible ways two sounds can follow each other, or what kind of relationship in time can they have? And the different permutations are laid out in his book. They can start together and end together. One can start before the other, and while that's going on, the other can enter, and they can keep going together. One can start and end before the next one starts and ends, and so on. So there are, I think 11 or 13 different possibilities of different orderings, entrances, and endings. This kind of structure could be applied to anything. It could be a single sound, it could be a musical phrase, it could be movement, any kind of activity versus non-activity in time. So I thought that was a good starting point. And Ursula told me that she was working with pairs of dancers. So 4 dancers, and I thought what kinds of relationships could be formed between these 2 pairs in a way similar to what Robert Morris is thinking about. So I was playing around with this idea. And
so this I wanted to show. This is the score.
Okay.
Well, there are 4 lines indicating activity for each dancer. Sort of like a music staff, except for movement. How much time each staff, if you will take is not determined. How much time each black line will take also is not determined. So those are fluid. And the space between activities, so if there's no black lines, it's just a pencil.
Is each line is it a dancer or a
Correct.
musician?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dancer.
Okay, this is strictly for the dancers, or is this
It's
for
strictly
musicians?
for the dancers, but
Okay.
I'm also finding places in here, because this is just a structure that will unfold in time, similar to music. It's easy to sort of find moments in there that will be appropriate for music to come in or do a certain kind of thing, and, or to stop. This kind of structure in time also can be something that informs the music. So we're going to find ways where dancers, for example, cue musical events in the midst of this kind of activity that they're doing. So these 4 lines represent the dancers, and the black lines represent when they will be active. And so they have to be very careful about entering together or stopping together, ending together. Correct? And that's sort of a new thing for you.
Yeah.
A new way of working for you.
We're trying to. I'm working with the dancers on basically trying to make this score. We're working directly from the score. I'm not bringing in a movement vocabulary or any other kind of source material. So we're basically trying to make this as visible as possible. And the movement is motivated by the same formal structures that we see in the score. So there's a lot of mirroring, like there's this, let's see this kind of structure is kind of like flipped across this mirror, or like flipped across that mirror, or there's things that are reversed, and you know, we happen to be, we're dedicating to creating this thing here at the JCal residency, working in Studio A, and that room has mirrors on 3 sides, so you see a zillion of yourself and everybody else in the space. And as we were working on, basically we're using this principle of mirroring that you can see structurally in the score in a very literal way, by mirroring each other, looking through mirrors.